I was an area governor for 2 years, and the first year, I had enough clubs who made it to distinguished, but I had a no-no. That no-no was that one of my clubs went bankrupt, I guess we'll call it. The club just disappeared and could no longer be a club. So I missed out on my first year. I decided that I was going to be an area governor for a second year because I really wanted to be a distinguished area. In November of 2010, I was sitting in my cubicle, and I heard a conversation going on over the cubicle wall being explained to a young lady who used to work for me, and the conversation went something like this. Well, I have this club called Toastmasters, and it's really good. It's a public speaking and leadership club, and I think you would make a great Toastmasters person. And I was listening to this, and I thought to myself, Toastmasters, that sounds pretty interesting. So I popped up like a prairie dog and looked, and who was there but Greg Geikema. And Greg says, oh, and I say, yeah, I'd be interested. And Greg says, well, why don't you just come to a meeting and see what it's like and then tell me what you think about it. So Greg invited me to my first Toastmasters meeting. I went to that meeting, liked Toastmasters, and thought, okay, I'm gonna join. And Greg said, well, since it's November, I would suggest that you not join until December 1st, because that way you don't have to pay that entire month. And I'm sure all of you have heard that conversation from Greg. And I thought, okay, that's a good idea. And then this is where Greg got me. He said, well, since you're gonna join the club, would you like to be the sergeant at arms? And I thought to myself, wow, you mean I get to join the club and be an officer? So Greg, I wanna tell you, thank you for starting me on my journey to being an area governor in Toastmasters. While I was in Toastmasters, an officer, I was in Toastmasters a little bit over a year. I was president of the club, and I get a call from Carol Perhinsky on behalf of Mike Bacon, who Mike was a District 62 governor, and Carol was helping him because Mike had become ill during that time. And Carol says, you know, someone has recommended you to be an area governor. And I'm like, really? Well, that sounds really interesting. What's an area governor do? They don't have to do much. You just go visit clubs a little bit, and you just fill out a report. Oh, is that all? It's like, yeah, that's all. Well, let me think about it, and I will get back to you. So she says, well, get back to me as soon as possible because we need to know. So I get back. So I call my wife, who's now my ex-wife, and tell her, Toastmasters has just asked me to be an area governor. I'm not quite sure what it requires, but she said it's not all that much. And so she says, oh, that sounds like that would be perfect for you. So I decide, okay, I'm going to accept the role as an area governor. And once I accepted the role of the area governor, that opened up more leadership opportunities for me. So I would like to thank Mike Bacon and Carol Perhinsky for asking me to be an area governor and giving me the opportunity to improve my leadership skills in Toastmasters. In order to be a distinguished area, you've got to have support from all of the clubs in your area. Toast Notables Toastmasters, Speakeasies Toastmasters, and Transportation Toastmasters. All three of you clubs worked extremely hard to become, at a minimum, distinguished. Some of you one of you was President's Distinguished, one of you was Select Distinguished, and you worked pretty hard. For a minute there, I thought, oh my goodness, we're just one member short in one of my clubs from me being able to be a Select Distinguished area. My home club, Transportation Toastmasters, was able to get that person, and I would like to thank the club specifically and Monica Uribe our 20th member for the year. Thank you very much for making Transportation Toastmasters distinguished. And before I close, I would like to give a tremendous thanks to Toastmasters International. Toastmasters has given me the opportunity to expand my horizons, to make me a much better leader and a much better public speaker. Thank you very much for this award, Mr. Toastmaster.